So these are the directions for the engage, explore, and explain activity about hypothesis. So if you take a look, the first boxes are the engage, 1, 2, and 3. So your job is to, in red type, answer questions 1. There's 2 of them, and then it also gives you an example. So come up with a couple sentences. Number 2 on engage. It says watch the Edpuzzle video and answer the 2 questions. Copy and paste each of your answers from Edpuzzle underneath number 2. So 5 first day science demos is actually just 2. You're going to watch them. After the first one, it'll pause and it'll ask you to type a hypothesis, and then you can continue watching that demo. And then a second demo will come up and it'll stop and it'll ask you to write a hypothesis, and then you will continue that video. Before you continue each of those videos, if you would copy and paste your hypothesis right here in number 2, that would be great. And then change it to red ink. And then afterwards, you're going to answer number 3. So this activity is just to get your brain thinking about hypotheses. Okay. We're now going to do 2 explore activities. The case of the missing computer chip and the great fossil find. So it says this activity will be a combination of completing work here in this document and various Padlets and viewing video clips. You will also be given an envelope with cards. Please pay careful attention to the directions you and your table mate will be given. So it's really important that you follow directions here. So you're going to take a few minutes and you're going to read the introduction. This is a scenario that's going to be set up for you, and there will be some clues within the scenario. So the instructions for the mystery chip says read the introduction above, study the map of the crime scene. I have a copy of the map. You're not going to have to come give it to me, or I've given it to you already. After reading the above introduction and studying the map of the crime scene, your team should draw 5 clues at random from the envelope. Using the information at hand, try to solve the crime. You can organize the evidence in various ways until your team develops a tentative hypothesis. Do not discourage minority options. Commit yourselves by writing down this hypothesis. So right under 4, you're going to write your hypothesis you come up with right there in red ink, right here on this paper. And then what you're going to do is you're going to copy that, and you're going to click the link that says missing computer chip hypothesis Padlet 1, and you're going to paste it in there with your name. And while you're in Padlet, you're going to look at how is your hypothesis similar to others, and how is your hypothesis different than others, and you're going to write an answer for number 5 in red ink. Number 6, once you've exhausted all your ideas with the clues, more evidence can be uncovered. Your team may now draw 3 more clues from the envelope at random. Use the new and the old information at hand to try to come up with a hypothesis. You need to type that hypothesis here on number 6 in red, and then you need to copy that and post it in Padlet number 2 with your name. While you're in there, take a look at everybody else's. And number 7, how is your hypothesis similar to others? And how is your hypothesis different from others? You're going to type an answer there in red. Number 8 says draw the last 3 clues and continue as before. Now I'm going to tell you there's more than 3 clues left. So you have an option on number 8. You can draw just the last 3 clues, form a new hypothesis, type it there, put it in Padlet, and do number 9. Or you can actually draw out the rest of the clues, form your hypothesis, type it underneath 8 in red, copy and paste it to the Padlet, and then answer question 9. Either one's fine with me. You just need to tell me what you did. Wrap up. Make sure you answer all the questions for wrap up and make sure you type them in red. You are now done with your mystery chip clues and envelope and map. So you can set those aside. You can throw them away. We're now going to move to the Explore activity 2, the Great Fossil Find. So again, in this activity will be a combination of all kinds of things we're going to use here. And up here we have the scenario. So it's going to set up a scenario for you. So it says, in this activity, you and the members of your team will play the roles of paleontologists working in a field in Montana near the town of Randack. One clear, crisp afternoon in October, you find 4 well-preserved and complete fossil bones. Withdraw 4 fossil bones from your envelope. Make sure to take them out without looking at any of the ones that are still remaining in the envelope. It is too late in the day to continue with the dig, so you return to your camp with your find, and that night in the camp after dinner, around the Coleman lantern, you and your colleagues begin to assemble the 4 bones you found earlier. Since the bones were all found together and in an undisturbed layer, you assume they are all from the same animal. You spend the rest of the evening trying different arrangements of the bones in hopes of identifying the animal. Use the next 3 to 5 minutes to try various combinations. As the night wears on, you get weary and decide to retire and begin anew in the morning. Before you go to bed, jot down on your worksheet the type of animal you might think it is. So for day 1, you should have 4 bones out. Here in the pink, you can just type a one-word answer of what kind of animal you think it is. Copy that and paste it to day 1 Padlet Great Fossil Find. Then you're going to read the scenario for day 2 and pull out however many it says to pull out. And again, you're going to put a name of some kind of animal here in pink, and you're going to copy and put it on Padlet day 2. You're going to do the same procedure for day 3. Day 4, you're going to read the procedure, and this time it says collaborate with another team. Well, if you're doing this at home, you won't be able to collaborate with another team. So day 3 can look exactly like day 4. Okay? Day 5 is when you're going to actually get the resource booklet and compare your fossils that you found to the resource booklet. And using the resource booklet, come up with an animal that you think it is. Type it here, copy and paste it into your Padlet, and then you're going to answer wrap up 1, 2, and 3 using complete sentences and restating in red type. The last part of this activity is the explain. So it says, watch the following video, take notes on the information found in the video. So hypothesis, it's a link. You're going to take some notes. You can take them right here in this. You could do it by hand. You could put it on a different Google Doc. Whatever works for you works for me. Just make sure it's in red ink if you do it here. And then there's a second video also, if you could jot down a couple of notes, please. So that is the Engage, Explore, and Explain Hypothesis activity.